We're gonna just get started. Okay. All right. So you guys got demos up. You can have your demos up. So if you want to. Just start up, all right. Yeah. All right. So you notice I added a Mackie Instagram to it. It's an indicator I've used in the past. I'm pretty sure you guys have heard of it. I still have the topics up, and I just added it on along with the 5 minute. So it's just over here on the right. It's just on the 15 minute. It's just I forgot what I called this. See here, this indicator was called. It's actually the same indicator that we have with HMA. It's the same thing. It was just customized, and I believe the number that we have here is going to be me, and I added that onto it. And if you notice, you got green and red, and I just turned the green side, I'm rather the upside to the right side on it, and when it starts to pull back down, it'll start turning green. So I kind of like inverted it a little bit. So if you see green, it's on its way down, and red is on its way up. So it's just the same thing. It's just the opposite. So basically, I just went over and added a few things to it. I'm not gonna add no more stuff to it, but this is what I've started with, and I think I'm just gonna leave it as this. And if you guys feel comfortable of taking the indicators that you had before, you can leave them off. So it's not a big thing. So I just basically added this up here for a little bit more guidance and hopefully just more patience because I mean, indicators are indicators, but they kind of do guide us and where's the overall direction the market is going. So let's get into it. We'll see what we have. I don't like what's going on with this Auto USD, so let's just go and see if we see anything in the markets. No visual. You guys can see my screen? All right, let me fix that real quick. How about now? All right, great. So cool. You guys can hear me, you can see the screen. So let's just get started. Thank you for letting me know that, Eddie. So let's see what we got in the markets. Um, let's see what the yen is doing. Then we'll get into it. Look like a little action is about to happen on the 5 minute. It's curling. It looks like a little double bottom. And you can see here it went up, came back down. That was before here. So let's just see what it's doing in the larger time frames. Uh, Maybe. Let me see something. The best thing to do, I don't know if you guys know that, but it's always when you look on your longer time frame, is always to gauge it out by going out more, giving yourself more time on the hour chart down to 4 hour, depending if you're playing the forex market. I always like to look at the 4 hour chart when I'm trading forex. So when I'm practicing forex or whatever it may be, I always look at the 4 hour chart. We'll go about using resistance lines and see what happens on the 4 hour and see if we could get a little gauge, see what's going on. And you can see like in this little tight trend channel, that's what we call it. And then this price between 119.61 all the way up to 120.98. Okay, so it's basically a little trending a trending channel. So basically bouncing from these two price areas right here consistently. So as you can see here, so looking at this, we could definitely wait on confirmation on the forex end of things to definitely play on this because it's been in this area for some time. Channel, if you can see it, and it's a nice trending channel that that's basically bouncing off from price to price. So with this, it's possibly a forex play, and looking over here on the 5 minute. Let me zoom up here and give it about 1 hour. See what it looks like. So actually, the first candle for the 4 o'clock hour just appeared. Okay, there's nothing showing on the hour. It's basically overall downtrend. So nothing going on there. I don't think nothing's going to go on here until probably later on. Uh, when I eventually think that it's going to start to pull up and push up from this price area that's actually been bouncing around. It could go lower if you look at these other wicks that's actually jumping out of price. So this is an overall picture of it. It actually was higher at one point up here. I don't know if you guys noticed, but Thinkorswim kind of updated this platform. I don't know if you guys can notice that from that end, but I kind of do like it because it's I don't know, it has like this Java look to it. You know, when the screen loads up, it actually looks more sharper, a little faster. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I kind of do like it. So looking at this, it's actually so low for a period of time. It actually came down, up and down out of this trending channel. So it's been in it consistently since pretty much uh, going into yesterday. Rather, let me see, this is a 4 hour. So yeah, since the 18th, all the way back here, dated back to the 21st. So yeah, it's definitely been in this area for some time now. So we was actually watching this for, let's say, a forex play or something for a couple hours. Matter of fact, into tomorrow. You know, we just watch around these areas here. So we know at this point here, looking at this, there's been low levels where it's actually hit, you know, so you could definitely stalk this out and see if I'll be patient enough to wait to see it bounce out to this level here or here. So it's just about stalking. I think when I play the forex market, I constantly just wait things out, see if that 4 hour um, candle or play does for me when I'm doing forex. So you can figure because you got two of these candles represents really a whole day's people that's at work or 8 hours. So you figure just two of these candles, you know, a lot of time on the clock. So you figure you add up all these candles, they go back a few days, say about 2 to 3 days back. So definitely, I would keep an eye on this, see how levels it would, what levels it would reach before I decide to get up on this. But we'll see. We can just demo trade a couple binary trades and see what we got. I don't see that as of right now on the USDJPY. It is kind of curling. Let me go back to the 15. I mean, see something real quick that I could just point out and see what just grabs my eye if I wanted to trace out short term. Overall, I wouldn't want to play it low due to the fact that we're in an overall down market and you see the MAA staying strong bearish trend. Okay? So with that said, let's just get away. Look at it on the 15. It looks like a little hammer here, and it actually is breaking above price. And you can see here, it's like a double bottom on the 5 minute. So, I would trade it on a short term, probably say to 10 o'clock, a 30 minute, looking at this candle. Now, this candle here that is currently trading right now with the breakdown where I see this line is right here, I would definitely trade that due to the fact that I'm seeing this curve and the Bollinger Bands on the left is actually pinching, and you can see it on the chart. So the lower the pullback you get on this, the advantage you got, knowing that this is eventually in the 5 minutes going to start to count. Okay? And if you look here, you see this run here. Okay, you see this run here? It actually is reflecting off that on the MACD Instagram. As you see it go deep in red and then start retracting itself, it will then, basically reflect that off the price action. Okay, so you can see here scale down, be extremely red, and then turning a darker color, but then actually retracting to the upside. Okay. So this green to me just indicates to me that it has a level of support of price. So I do think that it might kick up again. And looking at this 15-minute candle here, this here might race right back up and then start making this, which is trying to do right now. And I wanted to jump on it as it went down there. I'll trade it anyway. I think I could have got a better price. So we'll just trade a USD JPY. That's a better trade. There he goes. It started to break up. Due to this candle right here, and it pulled back right to this line, the line that I had earlier. And if you look here on the 5-minute, it's actually pinching together. You see, when it starts to hook around here, then it's making its next direction to the upside. If you look here, it's kind of a little different from what we just seen a little while ago. So let's see if we get a pullback. As you know, majority of you guys, you know, I wait for pullback on a 15-minute or anything in general. Wait for a pullback, especially if the prior candidate shows something. So I could have been in the money beautifully on this play right here. So we'll just trade it on demo anyway, and we'll trade it to 10 o'clock, and we'll give it some time to work. The 2200 USD JPY, put a small wager in it. Let me see if I can be patient enough to wait for this pullback, because I did want it to get it right here as it pulled back to this line here. And you guys know that, you know, these HMAs, we play that the same way we play that on the last play. You notice it's popping up above price. I will only do this on the short end of things due to the fact that it is saying a strong overall trend, but looking at the way this 5 minutes moving, it looks like a double bottom for 5 minutes to kick up. So let me just do one thing real quick and scale out and see what it looks like. So this has been overall down, okay? And it's been lower than that from this point over here. So, but if you look at it real good, it says that it might have a short-term pull up to the upside. If you're trading binaries, this is definitely something that we could take advantage of. So look, it actually came right back down. So let's just see if it does. You know what? I'm just going to trade it because I like this pullback I see right here, especially off this prior candle. So let's just see how it plays out. Okay, I played it until 10 o'clock. I'm gonna show you guys off that the demo I got up here set up. So I'm a little out of the money. It actually pulled back. So if you guys got your demos up, let it pull back. See if it pulls back all the way to this prior line here, and then you got about 9 minutes to the next candle to pull up. So by looking at these two, you see how you notice these Bollinger Bands? I don't know if you guys know, but there is a, how you say, a PDF in the room, in the file section of the room that have something called Bollinger Magic. Read that stuff. That stuff is good. Along with the other book that I love so much is the Candlestick. So that is there free. So you guys can hit that, and that's definitely good information regarding, you know, charts itself and price action for me. So definitely take advantage of that. But I like that pullback that it did right here. I'm a little off the money, but it's all good. So let's just see, going back to the chart, to see how far it does break down. Because at 9:45, I expect for it to be a green candle up to the upside. And it looked like it's reached a point where it's just been constantly pricing thing hanging out while it's been up there. It's pulled back a lot. So let's see on Forex Factory, we do have any news. If anyone, you know, I don't like to rely on the news. I mean, I rely on the news, but I don't want it to stop me from teaching just because certain news is out. So we're not trading real, we just set a session. So let's see how far it dips that, actually dips that lot. So actually get back to this low on the prior candle on the 15-minute. Okay. Let's see if it hangs around here or actually scales back up like it did over here. I actually did that on a previous candle. It pulled back to the prior low, which is here. It's at 119.58, and it actually touched again. I see it pulled all the way back up, and it's pushed to the upside. because of the fact that these three bands. I actually had double Bollinger Bands, and I just put three because it kind of like takes away from our judgment a little bit when we have too much going. So I just broke it down to three Bollinger Bands. Okay, so let's see how far it goes back before it shoots back up. That's a nice pullback. All right, are you showing full screen? Yeah, I did. I just finished showing it. I'm just keeping an eye on the chart to see what it actually does, Rodrigo. Rodrigo, how long you been trading? I usually ask people that's been in the room, new to the group and so forth. Let me know how long you've been trading. This thing is still going down. Oh, okay, you're in 2 months. Okay, and you're from Brazil, right? Okay. Okay, that play is said and dead. Said and done. I'll just let it play out. But I don't want to be stacked still and watch for something to happen. I want to actually see some happening. So we'll come back to that. And let's just go to another chart. See what can we get information off. All right, let's see. Okay. Nice, strong trend on the U.S. dollar. It's actually breaking up as we speak, so it's been trending for some time. Nice. This is a nice call move. I'm pretty sure as I bring this over from this side to this side, we'll get back to this USD JPY. But let's see a longer time frame on the USD Canadian. Oh wow! Look at this move to the upside. As I would have thought that with the strong bearish trend, and it is a strong bearish trend, as you can see. So let's just see how it's been looking overall. Oh yeah, it's very strong. Overall, it's been up for a long time. It's currently on the 4 hour. Excuse me, 4 hour. Oh yeah, it's been up. Yeah, it's just this one afternoon, 1 o'clock this afternoon candle, and followed by the 5 o'clock. Yeah, it's been definitely up for some time now. So nice move. And then this is exactly what I was talking about when you play forex trades. When you're playing some, where you're taking a take profit. I usually just line up and wait on the 4 hour chart for something to start to pick up, whether it be a call on the put side. Majority of the time, I just focus mostly on the call side of things when playing forex. So, but overall, this is definitely a move to the upside. Very strong. Let me go back to USDK, USDJPY. Let me see. One, 15. Okay, you see how it is, see what it does? Actually, I'm out of the money currently right now, but you see what it did? See how it raced back down here? This is a mega pullback. This is definitely something nice. I knew that was going to happen. It actually is playing around, but it's actually, when you get like a candle that's like, that formed just like this, and it's kind of like doing the same thing and it pulled back. Majority of the time, I just know that it's going to race back up again. And I want to know if it's going to race back up to this point right here, which is about 119.64. Okay, let's see what it does. It has a long wick. I sense that eventually this is going to start kicking up. This is the 30-minute play from where I got it. I actually got in. I'll show you my boss. And actually dipped lower than that, which I thought it wasn't. Looking at the 5 minute What was your end of it? End of things? So let's go back to the boss, and you can see it raced that went right back down, and then pulled right back up. And this is what I actually think that this candle might just race up green right up here, and then make it smooth to the upside. Okay. The reason why I say that is due to the fact that it's below, it's oversold. If we look over here, it's been oversold for a quiet time. So now it's actually pulling and trying to break up off that 20 mark, which when it does, when you see things, breaking above that point, you're going to sense that there is going to be a move to the upside. Okay. Let me go back to the 5 minute on the USD and it actually like it's pinching. So I think there is going to be somewhat of a push up to the upside, even if it's not temporary, but it will be something because these bones are down to actually squeezing. So let's see what happens. I could be wrong. It's actually pulling above the 20 percent mark on the 5 minute. So, but there's no, how you say, no really confirmation, but just play that off price action. So I figured, let's just get the game rolling and give you examples and so forth. It is demo, so that's how you get better. Is just basically practicing, especially short-term things and the things that you could basically judge. That's how you figure out, because binary is definitely something that doesn't give you an advantage. Time is on your hand, and you got to make the assumption you need. So I just basically did this to explain the whole scenario and see what happens out of it. So let's see. We actually have about 15 minutes on this play. And the next candle actually is going to form right next to this one, less than um, less than a minute. So we should see what happens actually in the field right now. So let's see if this races up above the line that you see here, and see what it does. And it's even pulled back like so much prior open. So let's see what it does. Let me go back to the chart. Sorry about that. Get back to chart lest we can. Okay, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I just flipped over. I'm sorry about that. So like going back, like I was saying, it actually pulled back and raced down to this point here. Definitely be an advantage if you would wait for this pull back. But actually, this would definitely have been like, for me, if I waited to this point here, pull back prior to this wick, knowing that that prior candle raced up. So you got a green candle now appearing prior to the red candle that did pull back from two candles previous to this one. So we'll see what it does. It kind of looks funny on the 5 minute, and I do feel that it's going to be a short-term move to the upside. So it's actually bouncing around this price. So we'll see what it does. I'm like a little pitch off out the money on boss. So we'll see how it works out. But it kind of did, like I was pointing to you guys, when I see wicks like this and then it races up, I kind of would just basically wait for a pullback prior to that, because most times what happens is if this is like 100% pullback here, and it's pulled back around 50% of the candle, which was just a doji light, so like Hannah light. So I said that it's gonna pull back, getting right on this here, jump up for the upside. But let's see what it does. It's actually coming back now. So let's see what it does. I'm a little off the money on it, so could have been a little bit more patient on this one. So and keep your eye on the toxic fast. If you notice, it really wants to look like it wants to break through there. But these are key areas that you do want to keep your eye on, okay? Especially when it's below the 20% mark here. And these are the areas you watch out before they start to pick up. So that's how I look at it. So yeah, let's see if it has some type of strength. It looks like it wants to pull back or down, but I think that it's going to start curling up to the upside. You should be setting up in the next 15 minutes for a call. Okay. Hey, you have a mic? get a mic, man. I'll let you speak. It should let you. I will let you grab the mic and you know show your opinion on things or whatever. Maybe that goes for everyone, matter of fact. No problem. He's actually kicking low right here still. Oh, let's see, we'll go back to that example on the USD, Euro USD. See if we got anything going here. We'll watch, see what that will come back to that. So we got Euro USD. All right, Eddie, we'll go to your play real quick. It's definitely pretty strong. It actually looked like it's scaling up, and it looked like it just really broke out. And I would just wait on this for a little bit. It being over here, being a little oversold, but then again, when it stays above this in these areas here, when it like kind of like goes back and forth above this 80%, that's still a strong move to the upside. Okay, it's only when it breaks below it and it's on its way down that you could then be a little bit skeptical. But let me raise. Sorry about that. Raise this. Zoom out a little bit. And it's been like it wants to go back where it was up here, or 1.1327. So it has room to do that. It looks like it's legging up. It's got a little platform here. Rest up a little bit and continue on its way up. So it's possibly that this candle here, that, yeah, it's breaking above right now. Let's see what it does. Anybody have any questions? Anything that might be a little, confusing at this point still to them? Just you have a mic, and you can get on there and ask the question if you want to, or you can just basically leave it in a Q&A. So let's see what happens. Look, my play is trying to race back up as we speak. I'll flicker over in a little bit, see what happens. I left a lot of time on this play here, even though my entry's a little wrong, but the overall looked like it wants to break up. So kind of having a little resistance on the Boris chart of things. So let's see what happens. But this here, Eddie, is definitely very strong for a call. But it just seems like, when is it going to be that point? It's been up like 45 minutes. In the beginning of the hour was 8:45, had a pullback candle, and now it's up 3 candles. So the fourth one going on this one to 10 o'clock is a down candle. So this is definitely will gauge out what will be a good entry on the 5-minute. But right now it might be a little pullback. Okay? A little pullback, just a little bit. So if it does pull back, or okay, let me just say this. If it does pull back, I expect it to pull back right here. Okay? Right here to this point, and boom, on its way up. Okay? So let's see what that does and see if you're right. If it does pull back there, then we'll demo trade that and get a little ride up to the upside. Because as you say, the red still is an indication of green. Because I kind of inverted it. So when you see a down line going in, it means it's down going on the candle side of things. So if it does pull back, I sense that they will pull back at 1.1251. Okay? All right? And I just want to show you guys that boss play went back in the money. Okay, and now it's trying to get right back out the money. So let's see what that does. Let's let it way out. We actually had about 8 minutes on that play. I do sense pullback is going to happen. Yeah, I always, Rodrigo, I always wait for basically the statistic to basically give me some type of confirmation. When it's oversold like this, I'm more cautious. But at the same time, there's there's where this could be up here for quite some time, and this chart will continue going, going, and going. Okay, so I basically wait for pullback, and like I would be tempted to play this on the core side of things when you see something like this. Um, I like beginning phases of this stuff right here. When I see it break above here, you see, and look what it did on this candle here. That's a lot of movement right there. So definitely, I like to wait out the beginning stages of that. To like the last play that we had with the USD JPY. Let's go over that because we got to take about 6 minutes for that to expire. So we'll be able to see that real quick. USD slash Y. All right. Let's see how this looked. We left it, and actually, the green candle actually did pull up all the way up there. So it's currently out of the money right now. So let's see what it does. We actually have. Let me go back to this and see what this is going to give us. See if it reaches up here. Let's see. Let's see how it plays out. Okay, I'm just a bit off the money. We got about like 5 minutes left to go on this. And the good thing about it on the short term of things, you see that this the toxic 5 minutes actually ticked up above. So, and target that we up here, we might definitely close in the money. Yeah, pullback trades. We basically wait for pullbacks to occur when we wait to get up on a call side of things. So definitely we'll wait for that to see if we you always with binaries, you're trading binaries, definitely and always. As you know, I've always preached this to everyone that if you're waiting for a call, what you do, you wait for something to come to you, for you to jump in the match. You don't chase nothing down for it to then just go against you on the last 5 minutes of the trade, or the last 10 minutes of the trade. I've always said that. Always give yourself an opportunity to give you that advantage for it to just come back and give you a better advantage to get in the win, to win a trade. So it's all about recognizing price action, guys. And once you guys recognize it, being patient. If you're waiting for something and expecting it to come to you, then you know for a fact that okay, you're waiting for price to pull back. As is being, if you know that, then you just building the patience better because of the fact that you're waiting for that pullback to happen. Okay, especially in the call side of things. So let's just see. We got less than 4 minutes on this play, and it's actually looking good. Right now, this candle is actually breaking past the last two candles. And in the Bosch chart, I currently flew up into the money on that. So that looks good. It could be just a minor, pullback before it pulls back up. And as you know, this is binary, so we could always know how, certain plays will definitely go against us. It's just part of the game. But the advantage is always to basically just figure out, what is the best opportunity to always give yourself the ability to say, okay, I got a deal. Just you're bargain hunting. When you're not chasing something, you actually want to pay more for something that you don't really know if it's worth buying at that point in time. So when you're waiting for pullbacks on the call side, you're waiting for bargains. The bargains are pulled back prior to that previous candle. And use your indicators along the way. So if you notice, there was a pullback. It pulled back in and it raced back up. And then the 5 minutes over the 80% mark. So if it kind of like plays around here, before it does that, let me go back to the chart. It plays around here, and if we've seen it cross up at this point here. So we knew approaching the top of the hour that it's actually going to be a point where it's going to race up. And if you notice, I know the majority of you guys pay attention to like price action. You notice when your expiry is about to, expire, you notice that sometimes, that certain candle action starts going crazy on you. You know what I'm saying? And Next thing you know, you're like, what's going on? It's because, I don't know what it is. But binary is different. It just for some reason, in certain times, top of the hour, even bottom of the hour, which is at this point would have been 9:30, we got some type of movement. Okay, so let's see what we got. Let's see, we stay in. We got less than 30. Excuse me, less than a minute and 30 seconds. So let's see if we're gonna stay in this money for this play. And I kind of went in a little sloppy in entry in it, but I did want to just to, start the process of, teaching you examples and, get something going and talk about. Because really don't want to wait around for stuff to happen. So if I jump into some a little early, let's just learn from it and don't think it's cool to just jump into some early. So it kind of like kicked off the session by just me jumping into a play and then breaking it down. And, sometimes I could, spot something immediately or fast that it might work out for the next hour or two, you know. And sometimes that just happens spontaneously, just depending on what a certain handle will just unfold to do. And then right there, it just gets you flowing and boom. So this play, I would say and agree that this play was definitely in the money, okay? So, and if you look here, it might start making its move to the upside because it actually broke below the 20%. And when it breaks from this low point, especially if it broke there before and came back again, and now it's on its way back again, chances are it's not going to come do that. It's just going to race up. So at this point here, I do think that this is the point where, the churn is about to happen, okay? The churn to the upside. Look at the Bollinger Bands on the 5-minute. Okay, let me go back to the chart, and this is, I call this the turn. Okay, I turn it when they kind of like bunch up and do the sideways thing. It's like, taking a car and doing a broken U-turn. It's got these steps. It's got these steps it has to do before you can actually make that full turn. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you guys get me or the way I'm trying to break it down to you. I hope I'm not sounding crazy, but that's how I see it. So let's see if we get it now. Listen now. This candle here actually pulled back, right, and actually broke it. How many candles did it eat? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It actually has about 5 prior candles within this candle, okay? If you look at it, guys. Okay, I'm going to trade this again. And I'll trade it for another 30 minutes due to the fact that I know that it will go again. So I would say 10:45, only if I get, 10:30. Excuse me, 10:30. And only if it pulls back significantly. So it's pulled back enough that I think I will take this at this point here. I got a little greedy and did take it. But you know why I would say that? Due to the fact that this candle is prior. It's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I would say 5. 8, 5 prior candles. So this is like, it's like a chess game. It's like, okay, dominance just appeared. That, okay, there's an indication that this is starting to move to the upside, even if it's tentative, okay? Looking at the 5-minute, okay, kind of like it wants to stay above this price, this point here, probably kick back, and then there'll be a beginning phase of the turn also reflecting off the 15 over to the 5-minute. So let me do this right. Let's see if it turns and comes out the circle. Sorry about that. Just turn and just come out the circle at this point. Okay? Now, guys, if this got pulled here lower than this, let's say right here, sorry about that, I would definitely jump on that too. Okay? Because I do sense that there is a price movement from between these two ends here. So I do sense that if it doesn't go all the way up here, then we say we got a short-term target for this point right here. At this point right here. So we got two targets, one 20.49 from where it's at now. Okay, we got 100% pullback almost. Let's say 75% off the pullback off the 5-minute on the 5-minute. Okay, let me zoom up a little bit on this here again. see what we got. See, this is right here. I know this is just a turning point. And actually 50% of the candle now. So let's see. This definitely, if you didn't get to trade it, I would trade it around this end too. Because it just sits out like, because it's above the HMA line. And it's just like this turning point here. So do I think it's going to break 100% of this candle? No. It's actually 50% retracting right now from the current candle. Okay. So let's move up a little closer here and see what it does. Okay. I'm actually out of the money. Jumped on this. I didn't want to wait around for a good entry. Let me give you a good couple of examples. So looking at this, when you see this candle here, guys, and you see this pullback on the 15th, always pay mind to these. All right, see this is actually a close to the red candle because it actually opened up here. Okay, and this is to open. It opened up here and it closed down here. Okay, while the candle prior to that opened from where the prior candle closed to it and closed up here. Okay, so it's actually a pullback of 50% of this current candle, which was the 945 candle. And I want you to pay mind to the opens and closes. So look how much of them meet almost. From this candle down here, it traded at 815, actually went up. Okay, when the price came up here and here, and always connect with the previous at. And if you look at this candle prior to this fall, it's letting us know that we just chomped up basically where we were just, BSing around at this point. This current candle showed dominance to let me know that, okay, so movement is going to start to happen. Okay? All right, so we'll see how this plays out. See what it does. I'm sensing it's going to start going crazy up to the upside again. So and actually, the 10-15 candle could be the green candle that does what I'm expecting to happen. And or either this could be the one here, and it'll just race up in the last. But this is a 15 minutes, so they got 10 more minutes on this candle. So, if you guys study like key points, even down to the 4-hour chart, like if you was to break down, okay, all right, cool, wow, this is the point where this hammer developed and it started to kick up. Take it back to the point on the shorter time frame and look at that turning point. From that very point, it turned on the 4-hour. You'll see what I'm talking about when it has that look where the tide is like I say, the process of making a U-turn. It has to go through this process, the steps of okay, like 1, 2, 3, up. You know what I'm saying? So it's a process before that big turn comes, where you could see it visually and faster on a shorter time frame. You know what I mean? From it on a longer time frame. And if you pay mind to that and just study the key points, let's say a 4-hour chart, I would break it down and look at a 15-minute and just reflect on that 15-minute, how that looks on that 4-hour chart and how it looks on the 15, vice versa, or in the hour. You'll see the turns happening in forward. You'll just see them tighter and longer time frames where you see them wider on the shorter time frame. Okay? So if you look right now, what I expected it to do is actually doing. It pulled back, actually, I'd say 75% of that candle. I'm currently in the money on this, and it's actually going crazy on this current candle. Now, when that do happen, we have to see now what's going to go on with the next candle that comes after that, which is the candle we rely on because that's the candle that's going to close for our expiration. Okay, and I really wish to close the way it looks now because chances are, that it might pull back on the next candle, and that's the candle we need to go on the upside. So also, there's a way to look at it when we are trading. It's called candle management, where you kind of like gotta think ahead of time of that candle, what it might look like depending on what this current candle is looking at right now. So I'm hoping that it gives us a little more fat, which I'm seeing it's trying to do right now. And let's see if it closes above here. See if it goes right there. And I sense that it might, but I want some more fat there so it can give us good good push on our next candle, which might be a down candle. So let's see what it does. And looking at this 5 minute, you can see it. Okay, you can see it is actually breaking above this. It's kind of like pinching as well. It's spreading apart, and the more this bottom candle falls off and go in the opposite direction to this top one, that's a good sign for us. Okay. Yeah, guys, you getting this? Give me some feedback, please. All right, great. So if you look, I'm in the money on Boss. So let's see what it does. Hey, what's going on, Don? Yeah, that Rodrigo, that euro, when it, like I said, I don't really pay them no mind. If I'm looking at that point on euro and it's at that point where we see it, I'm definitely gonna wait to a point where it has that look to where it's gonna go down because that topic just told me it's a way bit overbought. Okay, so you don't want to be like, okay, the last person on the train, you know, thinking that the party's still going on and we're going this way while you're thinking the train's going the other way. So, you always got to give yourself the advantage when you're training binaries. Don't be in the middle of the party. You know what I'm saying? If you guys get that, you want to start where the party starts. Okay, you want to be the first person um, uh, on the bandwagon and to basically get the best of the ride and the advantage where you don't have it turning against you in the last minute. All right, so let's go back to the charts. Let's see how it looks. Very strong, guys. And look, it tapped actually where I thought it would tap at, and it's up there. And that's due to this candle here. Now, if we get it past this here, wick here at 119.77, and then we have good movement. All right, that's definitely good. Okay. I don't know if you guys know, but I'm gonna switch things around. I'm actually gonna have more people in the room over time after we get our training together, and eventually I'm gonna be more on the air, and I'm actually gonna have just an open room for people to come in and share their ideas or voice whatever. I'm gonna call it somewhat of a show, a podcast, or whatever. I don't think there's people doing it, so I figured it'd be a benefit to the trading community and get that started and having like a kind of like a radio atmosphere where we're taking questions or where someone wants to discuss any concern they have on trading. I think it's a good thing where we could just share information and basically get our knowledge up even more that way off someone asking a question. Because I'm not afraid to ask nobody a question when it's coming to trading. Like I said, I've traded for a while, so you know I mean, it's okay. I'm gonna say I know I learned a lot of stuff, but my learning doesn't stop. You know what I'm saying? So definitely, you know, that's how I think it's gonna be in the future, but not now. I would say soon, uh, maybe about another month or so. But I think I'm just gonna do that. Winter's coming, so you know, I don't like to be out in the cold. New York is very cold when it's cold, so I'll be home. So, as expected, it's actually breaking up. Okay, and our next goal point here is where we wanted to break above this one here on the 5 minute. Okay, that's what this raise. I love the new look on the Thinkorswim. I really do. So on the 5 minute, we look, we see, I draw a point here. I do think it's going to break above this due to the fact that you see a candle. You see this candle, this prior candle. It has no upper wick, so it's basically just showing an indication of strength. So I do think it's going to continue ticking up. And if you look here, there might be a minor pullback. And if it does ricochet around this point here on the 6-axis, then it might just continue ticking up. Anything above 80%, as long as it's not kicking down, it just shows a sign of strength that it will continue going up on the candle image. Okay. So look at over here, very strong. We got about 2 minutes left for this candle to finish and the next one to unfold. I like this right here. It's not up here. You know what I'm saying? Definitely, definitely looking good right now. So actually, like I was explaining to you guys, the room is going to actually be um, open more often sooner than how it was before once a week. It might be a every day thing, maybe the Fridays out, maybe Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, morning sessions and night sessions, and they all will be recorded. So it's just more, more knowledge for us that we could refer back to if they're all recorded. So, but going back to the Bosch chart, let's see how that looks. Okay, and still a lot of the money still in the money still, but that next candle popping up, that's the candle that concerns me a little bit. Okay, but looking at this candle, let's see what it does. Let's see if this candle breaks up. It might go up and pull right back down. And if it does pull back, you want it to pull back just here. Okay, just there. So let's see what it does there. This is the candle we want to expire at least above that line there. Looking at the 5 minute, like I said, this is the turning point. When a stock or anything that's trading, it has this looping turning point eventually, especially if it was oversold for a period of time. And if you look here, it was. Okay. And if you look at the 4 hour that we looked at earlier, it was definitely um, um, oversold a lot. So this could be a minor pull up before it continues to pull back down. But looking currently, I sense that this will basically, be at least up to this point here. I'll say here, okay? Or where all these bottoms of these previous candles that you see here reach together, right up here, then before pulling back down. But I do sense that this is probably either the beginning or just a minor pull up before it continues pulling back down. But there looks like it's playing around in this point here. So there goes a candle, actually pulled back to that line there. So let's see if it plays around at that point. Or if it don't come down to this point, which we don't want. But that's why I always tell you guys, always pay mind to the candle formation and always think about the next 30 to 15 minutes. If you're trading, let's say a 10 o'clock candle, you got to visualize what those two candles might close, depending on how that current candle you're trading now. So you gotta think 30 minutes ahead of time. Okay, it's actually pulling down now, so let's see if it does. I'm still in the money. Let's go back to this chart, see how it reflects. You need a good idea how it looks. Okay, it's actually pulling back now, and that's the line that I put is set up right there. And you know why I put those lines there? And most times if you notice they kind of reach there and touch there, they surpass there or pop up above it, it's due to the current candles open. Okay? The candles opens and close. Okay, this opened here but closed down here. But the candle opened here. Look at the candle before this one here at 8:45. You see? Like, you always got to rely on your past candles to give you a good gauge of what's happening on your current candle. I don't know if that makes sense, but breaking down a different way. But if you caught what I said, always monitor the previous opens and closes of the previous candle. So they always give you a good, you know, good understanding of what price might end up being. Like I said, I explained to you guys before. You guys know me that I've always, when I started trading or learning anything about trading stocks, I had always had a kick out of just basically sitting down and just watching price action unfold in front of my face. I got a kick out of it. And people were playing on PlayStations, Super Nintendo, Genesis at the time. I was just looking through 500 to 800 charts a day, and if anything triggered me, I would wait around, look how the price actually moved, and that's how my intuition for price action developed over time. Okay, so part of the game, sitting looking at charts, even if you're not doing nothing, and it doesn't hurt to demo. It's just looking at how price actually works. Okay, basically. And I love talking about this stuff, so I go on and on. Especially if the movement is right. I definitely could be here just doing this the majority of the day. Especially if it's moving, because you have some days where they move and it's just dead. You can just sense like a Sunday. If you ever try trading binaries on a Sunday, you're out of your mind. I wouldn't do it. I think I would recommend it because of the fact that price tends to skip. It could skip on a good end for you, but also can hurt you with a bad end for you. So, you got candles that will open here 1 minute, and then the next candle will appear and be like skipping up, and maybe on a call, and so it's just flat movement, only skipping action. There's actually articles and stuff like that, how, not mainly on Forex because it's constantly moving, but like the market overall, like if you look at Apple, look at the intraday moves, they actually close the day before, dramatically low, and it skip, and then it's opened up. It's like a gap between 4 or 5 candles on the upside of things. So, I don't trade when it's dead. When the market's actually giving us movement, that's the volatility that we want. Oh, it's a beautiful thing because, there I could just go on and go on and go on. So, Mike, what's going on, man? It was your birthday recently, man. Happy birthday. So, honey, I like what's actually happening on the 5 minute. It's kind of I think this is going to race back up here if you look at it. And you go that turn, and you can put these circles, or you go in the thicker swim. If you sense a turning point's going to happen, put the circle in there. You can actually sense the turning happening. If you look, price was in the bubble, and then it's just rounding itself out to the upside. Now it's on its way above the bubble. You know, these little circle things are good too to use. Because they are turns. They're like turning from coming from the downside and turning up inside the bubble. It's the way how you visualize. You have to visualize it the way you understand what I'm talking about. So we actually have about 10 minutes on this trade here. I do sense now, if this candle, it's red, right? But what I like about this current candle is it's red, but it's still actually within the prior candle, which was an up candle. Okay, and just like I said, this candle right here, this long candle that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 prior candles. Okay, so that's about over an hour and a half, an hour and 15 minutes. This one candle ate up prior time. Okay, it just chomped all this up, and now it's redirected to the upside. So this one candle just showed dominance. Like, okay, I'm forking out here. I'm putting the anchor down here, and we're gonna go up for a little bit for the next hour and a half, 2 hours. Now, if you could gauge that out, understand that on the binary end of things, it's something I won't trade a forex play on. Like I said, I trade 4 hours on it, but if you're looking at short term, you're gonna go with the overall market. Okay? But looking at this, I think that there was going to be some type of minor move. And with binary, we don't play on it enough time. So I sense that there was going to be some, like I broken neutral. All right, going down. Okay, let me do this back and forth thing to redirect myself to the upside. I do sense that it might at least go up to 119.87, and it's currently trading at 119.71. Okay, so let's see what that does. Let's see if we could end in the money in this one too, and I'll take some questions. And then I have this recording set up and ready for tomorrow. I did have this session early enough to take care of something that I have to take care of a little later on. And I wanted to make sure I had some time. But this will be available for tomorrow. And if you guys want to go back and reference to again, then you can definitely do that. Okay? So it's going to be a little interesting coming up for the next 7 minutes. And let's see if we can stay in the money. I could have probably waited a little longer here, down to the very year, reflecting on the candle play. But like I said, I didn't want to wait around. I just want to throw some examples out. I'm glad that I jumped in those plays and I explained to you why I would jump in the candle. And I explained to you that this candle is still staying above it. Okay. See how it stays above that line that I put there? It just runs. The two candles actually closed. Actually closed up here at this point right here at the 9:45 candle, raised up a little bit and stood there. Now this candle is actually lower down from this previous candle. So I sense, looking at the way it's been moving, that it actually might come out right here where this previous wick is and where this previous wick is. If it ends up here, then we're good to go. We got actually about 5 minutes. Yeah, 5 minutes left on this play, and we'll see how it works out. So, okay, looking at the 5 minute, this is the one candle we're going to say, if this candle here actually closes green, then we won. But look out, I want you to pay mind to this. Look at this. This is a leg up. This is actually the how you call it, the wind up, and now it's going to make its way up. So this is what I think is going to happen. Okay? So you have this long stretch, okay? And then it came back up here, pulled back low. You ever heard about the 1, 2, 3 pattern? I think I have a PDF on that. Okay, there's a 1, 2, 3 pattern, and I think that this is going to start kicking up, and it's going to knock this out, and we're going to have another win, guys. So let's see what it does. Anybody has any questions? Please get anything that's maybe bothering you guys that you're not getting, or whatever it is, just hit me with it. Not, hoping that, you guys got pretty much a grasp of what we went over tonight. Okay, Rodrigo, you hear me? What time is it in Brazil? What time is it in Brazil? Okay, 23:37. That's you're about an hour ahead. Okay. Okay. So it's not that bad. You're not that far off. There's some people that, I mean, it's night over here is like afternoon over there. I wasn't really sure how it was. All right, great. Let's go back to the chart And look, guys, look what's happened. Look at that leg up. Look, this is the turn. I call this the turn. And usually you spot that off on the shorter time frames, and then go to the upside. So this is a nice clean win, guys. Nice, nice clean win. Like I said, soon the session room will be open every day. You just pop in and at any given time of the. I would say any given time of the day, but the majority of the time is going to be a point where, oh, you guys are on in a room, and you just jump in the room and just get a session going on. I'm hoping that some of you guys have mics to, I want you guys to, talk about things that you notice, whatever it may be. That's how I'm eventually have it. So let's see if it breaks over there. Come on. Come on. Now watch it. This expires right now. Now let's see how it acts on the bottom of the hour. See how it hit its climax point. It just went exactly to where I thought it was going to go. And look, boom, right there. Now let's see what that next candle does on the 5 minute. And then we'll just wrap it up from that point. And I'll have this recording for you guys to reference and to it later on. The session went good. There's yeah, nice. Thank you, Eddie. Yeah, it actually ended in the money, as you can see here. All right. So let's see if we're gonna wait till about 10:35 and see what that next candle starts doing, because this is the candle that I think that's actually gonna break up higher and break its resistance that it's been in for some time. This is the point where it's going to start to pull back. I don't think too much, but I do sense that it is going to pull back. Yeah, so I'm really going to get really serious with this and have the room open more often. There was some issues last week with the software, Media Burner, so I didn't have trouble recording, so forth. But that's not going to be an issue, and this session will be up and up for watching tomorrow. So guys, look, remember those little arrows that I pointed out to you guys? That's why I like paying attention to the beginning phases of these things. When the red line breaks above, the blue breaks above the red, and it kicks up. You see how that is early movement. You're not caught out, having, it go against you. You get what I'm saying? So definitely this trade here worked out very well. All because I paid mind to it in these phases. Now, we know that the overall EMA straight bullish trend is definitely overall down. So you have the odds more on your end to know that it's going to go down eventually. So, this is something to pay attention to. But looking at this turning point at 5 minute, I do sense that it will eventually start trending on the 15-minute. I don't think it's going to come down all the way down to this point, past this long candle here, but there's going to be an anchor point eventually, some point. Eventually, it's going to be a point where it breaks down and then starts scaling up and go up for a little bit. Going back to the 4 hour, as we explained, as I explained rather, that there is somewhat of a channel that we're in. Okay, and it's actually a wave pullback in this 4 hours. Okay, nice pullback. All right, so let's see what happens. Let's see what it does. See if it goes right back up. All right. So, like I said, if you guys trading forex, if you're demo trading, anyone in the room, Watch this trade. Watch this trade from um, this here, from this candle here. The next candle is going to be at 1 o'clock this morning, going into the open in the UK market, UK markets to open. So let's say at 1 o'clock, this little doji appears and stays the way it stays. And if you look at it, look how oversold it is. So there is quite a big due run up at one point. So I would definitely play this as a forex trade, because it's way oversold, and I don't honestly think that this point here is not going to come down lower to where this point is now. So from these two areas here, I just think that's the point where it's gonna not go any lower than this point here, and start to kick up to the upside over here. So that's my whole look on that, on the forex end of things. Okay. So with that said, I'm gonna go back to 15 and see what I see here. Yeah, it goes up to pull back. Now if it does pull back around here, guys, I would jump on that again for a call. If it jumps down to this point. Okay? Blank screen? Alright. Hold on. How about now, guys? How about now? Can you see it now? Right. You came in a little late, but it's no worries. There is going to be a recording. Don't see it. Oh, wow. How long has it not been? How long has you not guys seen that? Um, 5 minutes? Okay, good. As long as you're not telling me it's the whole session, I'll be furious. But it's not the whole. It's just 5 minutes. I think I did notice something that did go on, but let me see if I could get it to work again. Nothing. Okay. All right. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these settings. I was going to about to end the session. If you guys have any questions, but what I am going to do is take this whole workstation, because I did update it a little bit. There are some changes from I seen yes from this morning from those changes. So still blank. Yeah, Eddie, I was gonna end the session at this point anyway. So I think we're a bit over an hour 15 minutes, hour 20 minutes. I'm not sure, but I was gonna end it up at this point here. There's a reason why I said let's do an earlier session, but this will be definitely available for you guys to see, to watch tomorrow. So I might just not even put it in Google Plus no more. I just probably just gonna add the videos onto to the room for you guys to see. So, because like I said, I have created that technical trader show. Like I said, I'm gonna have the room more open. Winter's here, so I just think that I'm just gonna dedicate my time more into teaching you guys, and you know, basically add more value to it. Like I said, just to do this because I like I said, I love doing it. It's just most of the time I am kind of busy, but letting you guys know now that I will definitely be having a room or open now, and that'll be in the mornings as well. Okay? Back office? I'm not getting it. Explain to me. I don't know what you mean. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm working on that. Those things just don't happen over time. But yeah, definitely, definitely, for sure. All right, guys. If you notice, pay mind to that USD JPY again. It's actually trying to come down lower to the point on the. If you got your thing up, look at the 10 o'clock candle low, and it comes down to that point there. And it does, wait for that candle to end. If it pulls back lower prior to that red candle, I would jump on that. Yeah, but don't worry, Eddie. I'll make it more efficient. I'll just probably add this video for everyone to watch. Okay. All right. So with that said, guys, I would definitely have put this video out as soon as possible. It takes time to buffer out, I guess, with Meeting Burner, and um, and it takes some time for me to then upload it. So, but for sure, this video will be up tomorrow for everyone to see. Okay. All right, Brian. So just know in the future the room will be open more, and this video that we did today, which was good examples on the call side of things. We got to do more from puts, but we'll get to that. And we're just going to work with the market gives us, and whatever gives us, we work off. So it was a great session, guys. I'm going to call it a night, and we'll pick up. Like I said, again next Monday, but soon there will be a point where the room will be open more at the nighttime as well as the morning time. So with that said, guys, I'm going to call it a night, and it was nice, and this video will be up, like I said again. So God bless, guys. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll do some chat, no, group message trading, I guess, and we'll just go from there. All right, guys. You're welcome, April. Have a good night, guys. See you.